Hello and welcome everybody, this is your host Learvok and you're just in time for another blind bag spin-off. This is not so much a blind box as it is a blind Pokeball, and we already know what this is. If you've seen the last episode, you know I got these Mega Construct Pokemon. I think it might be a spin-off of Mega Bloks. Let me see. Mega Brands. It says Mega Brands Inc. Construct is owned by Mattel. I don't know. Either way, they're Lego-like, which means they're nothing like Legos. Actually, that's not true. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and pop this open, and I'm going to rejigger the camera so it's in the position, and oh, there's that hole in my shirt again. This would have been a really good opportunity to change shirts. Okay, that'll be perfect. That's a better view than I got before. I'll eventually get this set up correctly. I want to do something like this one day with actual toy reviews. Maybe not facing my shirt, obviously, but facing something. Probably put a screen in front of you. Let me. How's that look? Way too close. Yeah, I'll figure something out later. So let's dig into Zubat. We got the first thing we're gonna pop off, or it's the bag that holds its wings and antennae. So one thing I did in the last video is I kind of explained Magikarp's infamy for us original G1ers of the Pokemon franchise, and why Magikarp's the most lovable, most pick-ownable Pokemon in that franchise, even though it wasn't the weakest. I mean, stat-wise, I think Farfetch'd was, which is kind of a shame because Farfetch'd is one of my favorite Pokemon. I just love that design. You know, a little bird that has a stick that it fights with. But yeah, with Zubat, it's a little bit different. Zubat is fairly unremarkable in terms of stats, as far as I know. It's not bad. It's not great. Nothing really to phone home on with Zubat, except anyone who's played the first game knows that once you get to I believe it was Mount Moon, if I'm remembering correctly, if I'm remembering my names correctly, Mount Moon was horrendously known for being the place Zubats crawled out of, and it'd be it's one of the earlier areas of the game. You gotta remember to pay attention to where I'm pointing these. Kind of the problem with looking at the instruction sheet too. But anyway, it's notorious for one major reason, and that's primarily the Zubats. And it's also being your first cave. Now, Zubats, like I said, are fairly unremarkable creatures in the Pokemon universe. Nothing too crazy about them, except they can cause confusion, which is a stat in the Pokemon game that is pretty bad. And I may have missed that. Oh, that was his feet, not his antenna. Excuse me. Now, anyone who's played Pokemon knows the horrors of getting confused. Confusion is a pretty bad stat. You can see why I thought these are antennas now, can you? Because they're supposed to be pointed straight down. I'm gonna have to try to angle these just right. These are also fairly long for even for I think even for Zubat legs they're fairly long. And Confusion is a stat that can really hurt your Pokemon badly. Like in most RPGs, Confuse is just a run-of-the-mill stat that makes you attack your allies sometimes instead of your foes. In Pokemon one-on-one matches, that's a bit different. You're no longer and I put this in the wrong peg. Okay, there we go. See, it does easy enough to get out. Just have to press it against the surface. Okay. Confusion hurts the Pokemon itself sometimes, and it's annoying to have to deal with that, especially when the Zubat's only move in the wild is Confusion. Then you have a little display wand here that we stick into the back, arbitrarily somewhere in one of these 4 pegs. And so you'd have your Pokemon hurt itself with Confusion a lot. And Zubats, it wasn't like these were rare Pokemon or anything. They were all over the place in Mount Moon, and it was them or Geodudes. And Geodudes weren't so bad; they're kind of unremarkable themselves. They're pretty decent defender type Pokemon. They're rocks, essentially. So there's Zubat and his Pokeballs. So yeah, Zubats kind of became infamous for that. And also, no eyes. And if I wanted to display them right in a resting position, actually, can I do that? Might be able to. Might just barely be able to. Oh, and I could even flip his wings closed. Nice. Sort of. I can just barely fit it in. There's a Zubat in its natural resting position. Okay, so I guess now is a good time to grade these two things. Zubat I'm pretty impressed with. Aside from the bent up legs, which I don't think they're supposed to bend that way. This is actually pretty cool. I like the wings are completely posable. Like you can actually bend them around and do pretty cool stuff with them. So you can have them dive bombing. You can just have them flying normally, or you can just have them in like a little sleeping pose. So yeah, I'm hoping that they do more of this sort of thing with their Pokeballs in the future, because having a Pokemon just kind of in one solid position is a little boring. Now I understand with Magikarp at least they couldn't do that because, well, it's Magikarp. I mean, you can move the little fins up here, and then you can move the little tail fin here. It's a fish. What more can you do? So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for more of these and try to add a few more to my collection, because I kind of like these, and the plastic feels pretty good. It's better than I thought it would be. Let's just put it this way, Mega Bloks in general, at least from my experience, the plastic never really felt all that high quality, especially compared to like Legos. It kind of felt like a little cheaper, kind of knockoff-ish. But with these, I feel like they actually kind of put some real money and effort into these, which isn't saying much. It's like little bits of plastic Legos essentially. So yeah. With all that said, I think we've gone over this enough, and get our Zubat in one last pose. Fairly limited posing, unfortunately, for Zubat, but that's just kind of the nature of Zubats. Ooh, I wonder how they would do Haunter. That's like one of my favorite Pokemon. But yeah. So yeah, with all that said, I'll see you guys later.